Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Epiphany Jordan, the author of Somebody Hold Me, which is in the Kickstarter mode. Please go to Kickstarter and look up Somebody Hold Me and throw money in her direction.
There's one more week left.
Anyway, so we're submitting to South by Southwest. I don't know a lot about it. I've never been to it. Can you tell us a little bit about it and why this would be an amazing platform to talk about touch?
Yes, so South by Southwest is an annual festival that happens in Austin in March every year, and it's got 3 basic tracks. One of them is interactive, one of them is film, and one of them is music. And the past few years, when I've gotten to kind of hang around with the interactive folks, there is some really amazing thinking and visionaries and great conversations happening there. And Janet and I decided that we wanted to come out and play because we have a few things to say about how we would like to see the world change.
I love our shortened description. I'm going to read it.
Yes,
As
please.
our distrust of human touch increases, so do our mental and physical health issues. How do we create a society where touch is understood, wanted, welcomed, and available for all? It's so important.
Yeah, it's a good question, and it's something that we need to be talking about, and it's something that Janet and I have both thought about a lot and had a lot of hands-on work, and we've just looked at different factors.
You've been a practitioner in Austin for how many years?
5 years.
5 years, and she has something called Karuna Sessions, which is a intensive touch experience. If you've
immersive touch, yeah.
Very immersive, where there's 2 practitioners to 1 client.
It's a ritual of human connection, and yes, it culminates in the client being held in between 2 practitioners.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it feels really amazing. Your body totally remembers that feeling from when you were a baby, and it gives you a nice reset. So
if you're looking for that, definitely. Are you still doing that?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I
I was like,
totally
yeah,
are.
okay,
Totally
good.
Are. Yes.
So look up Epiphany for that, and look for us. Hopefully, at some point, I'm going to ask you all to go and vote for our submission.
Yeah, they have a panel picker where audience members get to vote, and I know that there are a lot of people out there who are thinking about this topic. We're just a tiny bit ahead of the curve, I think.
Oh yeah.
But I think we're also. Yeah, we both have a lot to say about this topic for sure.
And I love to be ahead of the curve. I love working in a vacuum when there's nothing out there. It is so much fun because we get to be part of the leaders, the thought leaders on this subject, and bringing this to South by Southwest, I think, is extremely important.
Yeah,
because this is the tech industry, right?
They're super touch deprived. Oh my God, you have no idea. I mean, but what do you expect when you work 90 hours a week? It's a relationship killer. And that's relationships of all sorts, not just romantic relationships, but relationships with your kids or your parents or your friends. I mean, we've just devoted our lives to working these days, and we're not taking the time to play and to touch, and with more and more of a single, it's becoming a bigger problem.
And then it's even harder to know how to do it. Once you're so far away from it, from these type of relationships where there is a lot of touch richness, then you get screwed because you're like, oh shoot, I really need this, and I don't know how to get this now, and it can be really scary.
Yeah, and I mean the world's, since we've had the Me Too scare, which is, it's obvious. I mean, that's talking about a lot of touch that's unwanted, unwelcome, and non-consensual, and we need to get rid of that stuff immediately. But what's happened is we're throwing out everything else with it. And I would even, I think one of the things that Janet and I talk about a lot is we don't even know what a culture with healthy, positive, consensual, wanted, understood touch looks like. So that's kind of what we're envisioning.
We thought it would be really fun to write little vignettes, like small, short paragraphs of like what it could look like. And I thought, how easy it is for us to go to our neighbor's house and get a cup of sugar if we needed it. We think maybe not everyone, not everywhere, but the idea is that we have this culture where we would do this. How would it be possible that we could go to our neighbor's house and say, hey, I've had a really hard day. Would you give me a hug? Would you like a hug? Or I don't know, we could have this type of interaction where it was as easy as asking for a cup of sugar, or it'd be as easy as, I don't know, could it be that easy?
I
wanna
have that
drink.
kind of relationship with my neighbors. I mean,
Really?
yeah.
You just go to your neighbor's house and ask
I
for
totally could.
touch?
Yeah, I could. I get hugs from my neighbors all the time. They're great. We're good friends. We also we borrow sugar from each other for sure. We
And
borrow like ladders and hammers and
so why is
things
this
like that.
any different? Again,
It's not.
It's not
It
any
is,
different. It's
but
actually
it is.
even more important that we have this human connection, that we don't just text our family member from the other room, that we actually get up and say, hey, can we talk, and can I sit on the couch next to you and talk with you instead of texting you from my other
I'm going to go get my phone and sit inside and text you the answer to that question,
Right,
I think.
exactly.
Yeah.
So this is what we're doing. May I put my arm around you?
Yes, that would be great.
Awesome. I'm all sweaty out here.
Yeah, me
But
too.
this is what we're bringing to South by Southwest. I hope
Yeah,
when-
it's a culture that is desperately in need of more touching and hugging. So
when it's time to ask for your votes, please think of us and make this conversation possible and everywhere, right? Not just there, but then this is going to grow, and want this to be a part of the conversation, our societal conversation that we need.
I kind of feel a little bit like we've been sitting out in the water paddling for a long time, waiting for a wave to come along, and this is the big wave. The surf is up, and it's really time for us to be having these conversations about how we go forward from where we're at in a way where we can balance people having solid boundaries and not wanting touch that they don't want, but at the same time to be able to get the touch that feels nourishing and nurturing and that they do want.
That's right.
For sure.
So we need a balance to the Me Too. It's time to bring in what we want.
Yes.
And then, become more verbal about it all. Anyway, so
we have a few ideas about
lot of
this,
it.
as you can imagine.
all right. Well, thanks for watching, and be ready for when we ask you to jump on in. Is that in August?
I think the panel picker opens in August. So
All right.
yes, we will be
We'll need
harassing you mercilessly to vote for our panel, which is going to be called "Coming Back from a World Without Human Touch."
That's right, and we need it. You got to sign off?
Yes.
What's your sign off?
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.